Precaution, not panic over the coronavirus here in Connecticut. The state now says it's monitoring 2 cases after students who were recently in China came down with flu-like symptoms. Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland is live in the Elm City now with all the details. Matt, this is some scary things to think about.
Yeah, Dennis, but again, they're saying not to panic. The chances here in Connecticut extremely low. But today we learned the first case, a student at Wesleyan, they say that student tested negative for the coronavirus. The second case involving a high schooler from China here at Yale for a conference over the weekend. They say that student tested for the flu-like symptoms. They're still monitoring the situation. They say that the student should be okay, but they're still waiting for the CDC to come back for the final test results. Meanwhile, the city of New Haven says it's closely watching the situation.
And while there are no indications that there's a problem in New Haven, we just want to make sure that we're on top of it.
New Haven Mayor Justin Elliker says city and state health officials took part in a conference call Sunday morning after word that a high schooler from China taking part in Yale's Model United Nations program was being monitored after showing flu-like symptoms. According to the hospital spokesperson, Yale New Haven Hospital is not currently treating any patients with confirmed 2019 novel coronavirus. However, we have seen an exceptionally high number of patients with influenza this winter. Each patient presenting with flu-like symptoms is evaluated thoroughly to prescribe a care plan. We're told the high schooler, who had a cough and fever, tested positive for the flu. But just to be safe, samples were sent to the Centers for Disease Control. The coronavirus, first detected in China, contains flu-like symptoms, which could lead to shortness of breath, pneumonia, or even death.
Health officials have sent a test to make sure that that individual does not have coronavirus as well. We're likely to get the response to that test back pretty soon.
While the student is not exhibiting severe symptoms, Yale says they're now isolated and being monitored. Meanwhile, today, Wesleyan University in Middletown said one of its students that was recently in China and showing flu-like symptoms tested negative for the coronavirus.
This one that is coming out of Wuhan, China, is most similar to the SARS coronavirus that we saw in the 2003 outbreak.
Last week, Dr. Daniel Bausch with the United Kingdom Public Health Rapid Support Team, who's responded all over the world for infectious disease outbreaks, gave a presentation at Quinnipiac University, saying now is not the time to panic.
If you haven't been to China, you haven't been exposed to anyone who's been to China, you're not in airports, your risk really of this is extremely low, and it's just a time for vigilance.
And that includes washing your hands, covering your cough and your sneeze. If you're sick, trying to limiting your contact with other folks. And they say if you do start to show any type of flu-like symptoms, they say that's when you want to go see a doctor. We're live with the mobile newsroom in New Haven. Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.